إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا إنه من يهديه الله فهو المهتدي ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله شهادة تنجينا من عذاب النار وتدخلنا الجنة من غير سابقة عذاب ولا عقاب وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله وصفيه من خلقه وحبيبه أشهد أنه قد بلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة ونصح الأمة ومحى الغمة وجاهد في الله حق جهاده حتى أتاه اليقين فصلاة وسلاما على عبدك ونبيك محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. يقول الله سبحانه وتعالى: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان. ويقول الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم: قال الله: كل عمل ابن آدم له إلا الصوم فإنه لي وأنا أجزي به. ويقول الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم: رغم أنف امرئ أدرك رمضان ولم يغفر له، أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. All praise to Allah, all praise to Allah, the one, the only, the one who should be worshipped. I bear witness that He is the creator of this universe and He is the one who should be worshipped. I bear witness that Muhammad alayhi salatu wassalam is His messenger, true mercy sent to us. If you follow His path, inshallah, will be in Jannah. Amma ba'd. Today the khutbah about a visitor coming to us very soon. I always give this analogy: if someone coming to your house and you love him a lot, or you claim you love him a lot, and he likes certain foods, maybe certain places, maybe you can afford it, certain couch, certain chairs. What do you do if you're rich and you can do it? You bring everything for him. You make sure that he's happy. You make sure that you prepare the whole thing for him because you love him, because you want him to be happy, because you want him to enjoy the stay. Today, Ramadan. Someone will ask, Ramadan is coming still 3 months to come. It's far away. Why should we worry about it now? We need to capitalize on that. We need to work on it. How many Ramadans came and gone without some of us enjoying it? That's the idea of the khutbah today. The theme of Ramadan is fasting. And the theme of the shaitan is stop you from fasting. The idea of some of us that fasting we stop food and water. That's the idea of most of us, that I'm good, I'm stopping food and water, I'm happy. But the shaitan doesn't want that. He doesn't care about that. You don't want to stop from food and eat, it's okay, good, eat. Drink, don't eat and don't drink, but do anything else. The shaitan, friends, by the way, the shaitan get away, imprisoned for the 30 days, but still people are doing bad things. Because shaitan is preparing, he knows the value of Ramadan. What he does, he creates series. There are special series only comes in Ramadan. Special food only comes in Ramadan. Special everything only comes in Ramadan. And it's ready. Some of the series, even if you sit in front of it 24/7, you cannot finish it. Because they want you distracted out of the theme of Ramadan. Stay fasting. Stay not drinking. It's okay. It's okay. But the idea is, the theme of Ramadan is fasting. Stopping. Stopping from everything bad. Not only from food. Usually we eat 3 times a day. In Ramadan we should be eating twice a day. But with that being said, we gain weight. And the question comes, how? How? That's the theme of Ramadan. Before we start Ramadan, we need to prepare. We have a saying back home, Al-Atra bistanash had. The train doesn't stop for anyone. If you're not there on the station when the train comes, he will leave you. He doesn't care. In the specific time, if you're not there, he will leave. That's a train. Normal train. The same with us. Ramadan is coming, and are you ready for it? Are you ready to jump on this train and you're ready to use every part, every second of it? Let's see. Let's see. If you have a cup, let's start number one. If you have a cup of water full of many things, and it's full, can you add to it? No. The answer is no. Then how can I do it? First, clarify your heart. Clarify your heart of problems, of hate, of enemies, of everyone you don't like. Always you tell yourself, oh, you forgive this person and that person, but this person? No. You have to keep on hating him. You don't like him because, or especially if he's your brother, he took 2 meters of your land and he's so bad. Don't even know him. Hate. Hate. Comes in, the heart is full. How can you work? How can you put anything in it? The heart is like a vessel. You fill it with whatever you want. It's up to you to decide what you want to put in it. Are you ready to put goodness in it? Then you have to take out everything bad in it to put something good in it. The idea of Ramadan is cleanse your heart. The theme, let's cleanse our hearts. Make sure that it's ready. I told you the story of the Sahabi that the Prophet said, even the Prophet didn't know him. The angel told him that someone from the Jannah is coming in. And the Sahabi came in and the Prophet said, يَدْخُلُ عَلَيْكُمُ الْآنَ رَجُلٌ مِنْ أَهْلِ الْجَنَّةِ. A man goes from his door and is from Ahl Jannah. He's an unknown Sahabi. He's a Sahabi. And a man came in and left. He's not Umar, he's not Uthman, he's not Abu Bakr, he's not Ali, he's not one of the top Sahaba. He's a Sahabi. And Abdullah ibn Amr or Umar said, let me see what he's doing. He went to him and said, I'll stay with you overnight. He stayed with him overnight. Nothing. He just prayed Isha, went to sleep, wake up before Fajr, and went to Fajr prayer. And he said, I don't see any extra things you do. What did you do? The Prophet said you're from Ahl Jannah. How? How you are from Ahl Jannah? He said, as my son, as you can see, I didn't do extra things. Like normal of us. But, and as Abdullah said, okay, maybe the Prophet gave you this advantage because it's you only. It's you only. But the man said, hold. He said, what? He said, I sleep every night with no hate in my heart. And Abdullah said, with that, you are in Jannah. With that, you are in Jannah. Jannah is very simple to go in. Very hard to leave. But it's up to you to choose if you go in or not. And this crash course, like I call it in Ramadan, it's up to you to pick and choose. Always a crash course, even here in the Western world, is training. You train yourself. If you get out of any habit, you want 30 days, that's what they say. 30 days to get out of any habit. Allah is giving us Ramadan for this habit. Ramadan is the only worship that subhanallah is given for Allah. You cannot worship anyone. No one is worshipped by fasting. No one. If you worship someone by fasting, you are penalizing him. I can worship by praying. I can worship by grieving. I can worship someone by committing anything. But fasting? No, you cannot. Because imagine I can go to the washroom, goggles my mouth, and I can drink. No one can see me. I can go and no one is sleeping and I can eat. No one see me. That's why the only ibadah is for Allah is fasting. That's why the hadith saying, كُلُّ عَمَلِ ابْنِ آدَمَ لَهُ. Everything you do is for you. This means that the angels write. The angel write. Oh, he prayed. He gave khutbah. He talked to his son. He did well. He performed Hajj. Everything is written. Except Saum. He said he fasted that day. Nothing there. No hasanat. It's equivalent. Nothing. There is nothing in the hasanat part. He said, it's written, you fasted that day. Everything, they have a catalog. He prayed. Dhuhr, he has million hasanah. He did give charity. He have whatever. But only Saum. It's written as is. أما الصوم فإنه. Subhanallah. I have a story that happened in the Prophet time that Talha ibn Ubaidillah and two of his friends came to Islam with each other. And they were good. equal in everything. And one day, one of his friends died as a martyr in the sake of Allah. And the second year, after a year, the other friend died in his bed, normal bed. And one day after that, Talha saw a dream that all the three of them went to Jannah. And after a while, an angel came to the door of Jannah and said to the man who died in his bed, come in. And then after a while, the angel came out and said to the martyr, come in. And after a while, he went to Talha and said, not yet, go back. It's not your time yet. And Talha waked up, started telling everyone, what's happening here? How come he's a martyr? The man who stayed a year after, he went to Jannah before him. How? And subhanallah, Sahaba kept on talking until they heard the Prophet. And the Prophet said, commented on it, في معناه. The meaning, didn't he fast? Didn't he pray after that? Did he give more hasanat? That's why he went before his friend. Are you ready to go in to Jannah faster than anyone else? This is the month you go in from. Values of Ramadan are a lot. Inshallah, next month I'll talk about what's the values of Ramadan, what you gain from Ramadan. But Ramadan has so many values. If someone tells you that I cannot stop smoking, I say, I'm sorry, you fast 17 hours, you can stop smoking. If someone is drinking, I say, I'm sorry, you stop fasting for 17 hours, you can stop. You can stop any sin, any sin. Any sin you can stop because of Ramadan. The problem is, when my sheikh here starts reading the Quran at Isha prayer and starting Taraweeh, what happened? 2 hours before. You break your fast. What do you do? Let's eat. 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. 1/4 for rice, 1/3 for meat, and 1/3 of water, and then cap it up with baklawa. Packs and packs and packs, and you come to the sheikh and he's saying Alif Lam Mim. I said, what's happened with Qul Allahu Ahad? Where is he? Where are you? And he can fight with him. Where is Qul Allahu Ahad? And he's right. Why? Because all the blood, all your body is trying to get rid of this huge problem you gave it to it. What the Prophet was doing, alayhi salam. When the azan say Allahu Akbar, he gets some dates and some water. And he prays Maghrib. Then, what do you do? If he has to eat, he eats a little bit. 1/3 to the food. 1/3 to the water. Not mango juice, jawafa juice, let's cut some rumman, let's have some whatever, no. Water. And then 1/3 to the air, to breathe, to stand, for digestion. And then he comes to pray Isha, he's ready. He's ready to pray. The problem is that for us, I want to invite you, brother, on the first day of Ramadan, the second day of Ramadan, how about the third day of Ramadan? And everyone is planning from now to prepare for that dinner, iftar in Ramadan, because you want to take the ajr. It's good to have the ajr, but it's better to plan what are you going to do in understanding the Quran. All of us, when you read the Quran, the Sheikh will tell me, I have a brother here who came, who's with us, and he's back with us now. He's telling me I have the niyyah of, when he starts Ramadan, I have the niyyah to read the Quran 1,000 times. He said, use the 1,000. And he's here. But anyway, and he said it's impossible to do that. But I have the niyyah. Let's have the niyyah. I'll add to him, instead of that, having the niyyah of 1,000 times, let's read it once. But with one surah, I'll start to understanding well. We read the Quran from Alif Lam Mim and you finish Qul A'udhu Rabbin Nas as a rush. What's the problem in that? Why it's a problem? Why, Khatib, it's a problem? Imagine you're driving in the winter time, before winter, in the autumn time, on a place full of trees, at night. What are you going to see? Nothing. See black? Nothing there. You don't see anything. Because you're speeding, you want to go reach your goal. You want to go from here to wherever you want to go. Nothing. You see nothing in the way. Because you're driving in the dark. But imagine that you want to do siyaha, tourism. I want to enjoy. What do? You drive in the morning, right? In the light. And subhanAllah, when you drive in the light, you see beautiful trees. You see the sun. You see ponds. You see lakes. You see the trees when it changes. You see beautiful sceneries. What's related to Quran? The same idea. The same analogy. When you read the Quran with the idea of understanding the Quran, you read when you see Jannah, you wish you were there. Oh man, this is Jannah. When Allah says you that you will eat from it, you wish you will eat. You wish you will be there. If you see the nar, you say, A'udhu billah, I don't want to be there. I'm hoping I'm far away from nar. I hope that this is for me and this is not for me. You enjoy. Enjoy reading. Not enjoy rushing. I finished from the Quran 20 times. Great. What did it add to you? It adds to me hasanat. I agree. But what did it add to you? In behavior-wise, in understanding-wise, in elevation-wise. You know, when you go to the bank, they tell you that there are brackets of interest. And this bracket, it will take up to 2%. This bracket, give you 10%. This bracket, it tells you 100%. I'm using the analogy what we know now, even though I disagree. But anyway, this is not the case. The same way, you can stay in the bracket of 2% and get the hasanat of 2%. But imagine you are in the bracket of 50%. You take the hasanat multiples. Sometimes when the sheikh read the Quran and you really, I told him once that you read a lot, but I enjoyed it. For the first time I grabbed some meanings I didn't even think about. Because the way he said it is different. The way he said it is, the way of understanding is different. You need to know that. You need to have a niyyah of maybe this year I'll memorize one surah. Whatever surah you love, all the surahs are good. We have 114. Let's plan. Let's memorize one surah this Ramadan. Then I need 114 years. Don't worry. Don't worry. Have the niyyah and Allah will write it for you. Let's start one surah. This year I'm planning to memorize Surah Qaf, Surah Al-Waqi'ah, Surah Al-Hujurat, Surah whatever you like. Pick in the Mus'haf and plan your way in. One surah. Is it too much? In one Ramadan, one surah. Every Ramadan you memorize one surah. And you keep reading it the whole year. And so on. Every year you add one surah. You will be surprised some of our kids, they don't know Qul Wallahu Ahad. Qul Wallahu Ahad. I'm stunned when I hear that one of my kids, because all of you are my kids, all of the youngsters are my kids, they don't know Qul Wallahu Ahad. Scary. Scary, wallahi, scary. If Ramadan doesn't change the behavior, you didn't gain much from Ramadan. Again, you're running in the bracket of 2%, the lower bracket, because it needs to change the behavior. Let's add one more, that I'll change this behavior. I have this bad behavior, whatever the bad behavior is, and I will change the behavior. Whatever the behavior is. Whatever the behavior is. It's up to you to choose. I'll deal with my son the right way. I'll be equaling all my kids. I have many people who are claiming that their father or mother are not equalizing between their kids. It's dangerous. This year, I'm planning to change that part. I'll be putting the same product. I see some kids are smiling, which means that the parents are doing that. Please think. The kids are scaring us because we need them for our future. I need some of you will come to give the khutbah here soon. Because I'm leaving soon. What else in Ramadan we can grab? Ramadan is about volunteering, about patience, sabr. And I saw so many people are fighting in Ramadan without any sabr. I don't know why. You know, some of the masjid, they have food here. Like here we have a waqf. Food for everyone. You can buy and some portion will come to the masjid. This food, if someone is eating rice and part of it went to the ground, and you see someone standing on the piece of rice and shouting, "Hey, how dare you, rice!" Instead of shouting, come up, pick the rice and put in the garbage. Problem solved. Problem solved. Simple. Problem is very simple. Wallahi, if you want to be simple, it will be simple. Instead of shouting and distracting everyone, no, pick the rice, throw the cup. Thank you. If you cannot and you don't do it, it's okay. Go to the head, the one who's taking care of the place, and say, there's rice there. Pick it up. It's that simple. Wallahi, sometimes it's very simple to do so many things. So many people, if you go to the shoes, some people will say, why we are standing for the shoes? And I'll tell you, because I worked as a warden in my company before. If a fire marshal comes in and he sees the shoes in the ground, what happens? He would say, if a fire comes here, everyone will be running outside. They will be tripping, people will be dying. Then really we need to put everything on the shelves. Simple. Simple. If there are more, put it in the right manner. So many things we need to understand from Ramadan. Volunteering hours, I was searching in volunteer hours. Wallahi, this is Canada. And before I come, I said, let us see how many people are volunteering in Canada. Amazing numbers. Amazing. More than 30 million hours. This is recorded. How about not recorded? Where are we? I compute. I said, let me put an analogy. We have 400 people here. 400 people here. Let's, for the count, make it 500. And if everyone gives 2 hours a day, a week, bi-weekly, a month, 2 hours a month, this will create a job, full-time job for the whole year. Just 2 hours. 2 hours. You cannot afford to give 2 hours. What I'm gaining if I do the 2 hours? At least the understanding of what we are doing. That's number one. If someone tells you to put the shoes, you will know. If you take care of the shoes, you will know why we are telling you that. If someone tells you to park right, you will know. You go to Walmart, you go to Costco, you go to the bank, you don't park everywhere. But in the masjid, you park everywhere. And you use the analogy, brother, I want to catch prayer. Some people come 5 minutes before the khutbah and say, brother, I want to catch prayer. I don't care. Honestly, I don't care. Don't catch the prayer. I believe that if you are late 20 minutes from prayer, go to the next one. We have 3 here. 3 khutbah. Come to the next one. It's not that hard. But if you come at 12:45 to catch the prayer, you're missing a lot. Let's change the behavior. If Ramadan doesn't come and change all these behaviors, how many Ramadans we are missing? How many Ramadans we are missing? Ramadan is coming very soon. Let's try to work on it. Let's try to prepare on it. Let's be on the station train before the train comes in, to be ready to jump in the train. البر لا يبلى والذنب لا ينسى والديان لا يموت اعمل ما شئت كما تدين تدان التائب من الذنب حي الرحمن ادعوا الله وانتم موقنون بالإجابة. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. أما بعد, recapping about Ramadan. Ramadan is very important. The Sahaba used to pray to Allah 6 months before Ramadan to attend Ramadan. And Sahaba used to thank Allah Ramadan 6 months after, thanking Allah that they attended Ramadan. The value of Ramadan. Praying, fasting. Let's have some homeworks. 1, let's reduce, I didn't say close, the TV. Let's reduce, I didn't say close, the TV. Let's reduce, I didn't close, the Xbox. Let's reduce, I do not close, the PlayStation. Let's close all the distractions. A little bit. So I can give some more to Ramadan. Let's try to help and support. I didn't talk about giving. But we need to be smart when we're giving. Everyone is giving, planning to give on the 27th of Ramadan. And by the way, in the Sunnah, I dare everyone, if you give one hadith stating that 27th is Laylatul Qadr. It's not proven until now. If you have it, please, after khutbah, come to me and say, there is a hadith. It's not there. The hadith is saying the last 10 days of Ramadan. Pick any one of them. Anyway, I know everyone is aiming, and I didn't ask the Sheikh to end in the 27th of Ramadan, night of 27th, and we plan our best to do that. Let's be smart, let's work. Ramadan is the month of grab and enjoyment in hasanat. Because when the door closed and the train goes, and you didn't grab anything from it, don't blame anyone, blame yourself. And you have to wait 1 year praying to Allah that you will wait for 1 year. You'll be living for 1 year to get it. Because how many people around us died last year? I heard statistics saying that almost every year 100 million people die. Every year. Every 1 second, 2 people dies. Every 1 second, this world, 2 people are gone. Then really, every year 100 million are gone. Who said that I'll not be the next 100 million? Who said that? No one. Everyone can be one of them. Are you ready? Then count your blessings while you can. Ramadan is a big, big bounty. We need to work on it. We have here a school for youth. I cannot say kids. I don't like the word kids. I like the word youth or men. Because when I say kids, I say, see Abdullah ibn Abbas, he was 9 years old, and the Prophet told him the hadith which everyone should memorize it, Ya ghulam inni u'allimuka kalimat. It's a khutbah by itself. Hadith came from 9 years old kid. If you call it a kid. I've called him a kid. I call him a youth. A future. And he was a alim. If you deal with your son as a alim or daughter as an adult, he will be or she will be an adult. We have here Mondays and Thursdays. But we have a simple problem. Like always I say, some people cannot afford paying. If you want to sponsor, please, there is an orange box. Donate in this box for sponsoring this youth. We have almost 40 of them. But as a masjid collective, we are sponsoring. We have some sponsors. But if you can help us, this will be great. We have the waqf, as we said, the kitchen. It's a waqf. Help us there too. We have every Thursday at 7:30 for the youth. We're bringing a sheikh every week. Next week, inshallah, will be Dawood Bat. Last Thursday, yesterday, was Brother Riyadh. Every week we are trying to generate leaders. Youth to be leaders. We're hoping that, what's the main understanding of us? That Muhammad will be the friend of Ali. Or the friend of Mustafa. The friend of Ilyas. The friend of. So that we will be brothers. Always the jama'ah, the people will not go, the coyote will not eat from the collective sheep. Always you want one outside and then we'll eat it. Stay with the pack. The parking is a problem. I know the last people knows about it by now. The parking is a problem. We're trying to find solutions, but still we cannot find a solution. And you can park across the traffic light. It's a bit far. It's a 1 minute walk. But still it's a solution. Park on the road on the sides and hopefully we can do it. Alhamdulillah, we have some dates here and if you want to get it when you're leaving. Lastly, we have an immigration person here. If you want to ask them questions in the back, you can do that too. Finishing the khutbah collection, inshallah, Ramadan is coming very soon. Sooner than you think. And we'll be leaving faster than you think. Coming soon and leaving fast. Get ready, prepare yourself. Cleanse your heart. Read the Quran. You cannot build muscles in 1 day. You cannot build muscles in 1 day. If you want to build muscles, you cannot build it in 1 day. The same with khushu'. The same with hasanat. You cannot do it in 1 day. You have to prepare and walk through it. Cleanse. Start reading some of the Quran. Start maybe praying 2 rak'ah every night. Preparing for the Taraweeh. Because you won't be shouting to a sheikh, you're long, because you're not prepared. 4, start giving a little bit by a little bit. If your son is here, your daughter is here, give them the money. Let them put it. You're smarter, because you're taking double the hasanat. Because you're giving and you're teaching at the same time. That give. We are giving in the sake of Allah. Finishing, always make dua. In Shahr Ramadan, the Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talked about Shahr Ramadan and then He said the dua. دعاء إن شاء الله. اللهم بلغنا رمضان، اللهم بلغنا رمضان، اللهم بلغنا رمضان. اللهم أصلح لنا دنيانا التي فيها معاشنا، وأصلح لنا آخرتنا التي إليها معادنا، واجعل الحياة زيادة لنا في كل خير، واجعل الموت راحة من كل شر. اللهم بارك في أولادنا، اللهم بارك في أولادنا، اللهم بارك في أولادنا واجعلهم قرة عين لنا. اللهم اغفر لنا ولوالدينا والمسلمين أجمعين، واجعل آخر كلامنا لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي، يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون، وأقم الصلاة.